I'm finally not as sick as I was before. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I've been gone for a while. It's funny too because I had plans to stream on certain days, and I was gonna be gone, but I wasn't gonna be gone for this long. I got extremely sick, and now, but thankfully I'm better for the new year. Kind of. I'm still mostly sick, but it's fine. It's mostly better. I don't know. Welcome to the New Year stream. I'm gonna be gone after this for like 2 weeks, so relish in this. I don't know how long I'm gonna be gone for. My wife asked if I could stream today because she's also sick and busy with her side of the family. So the way we always do it every year is we do like separate sides of the family first, and then we do our own thing for like a week and a half or like 2 weeks because it's like the only time that we get free. Problem is that it's funny because both her families got ridiculously sick. So her side of the family is completely sick, all the way from her brother-in-law down to her niece. I got sick from I don't even know what, but man, that was rough. I was gone. I was basically dead. I did Christmas with my family, and I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to go sleep. It was so hard to actually do it without dying of just illness. Which means we also missed the Christmas stuff. I had some Christmas plans though, but not enough, I think, for a full stream. So it's good. My policy for this stuff has always been I'll only stream if I have like a major idea of what I want to do. So it was good in a way because there's no way I think I could have ever been able to actually run an entire show basically from nothing. And thankfully I didn't miss the New Year because we do a bit of a New Year thing. Last year we did this a lot earlier because last year it was a lot easier. I wasn't sick. I think last year we did it like a week or two before Christmas, and we did everything up until that point, and then I was gone for like a month. I was actually supposed to be at a friend's place or doing things for friends yesterday, but I was just too sick. And there's a bit of a unspoken rule that for some reason every time we get together, everyone gets sick, and I didn't want to be the one that makes everyone else sick this year because last time it happened for the wedding, that was painful. Everyone just barely recovered for this outing, so I was like, okay, maybe not. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some interesting things today. One, we're going over basically what we've done the entire year, which is a bit weird to think that it's already a new year. I sort of look at this year and I go, wow, that was fast. Two, we're actually going to be doing some weird games today. So we're doing two games. The coin game, because I kind of want to go to like an arcade, but without actually leaving my room because I'm still sick. As well as we're going to be making a fireworks show within Planet Coaster. Because that game, if you don't know, compared to the sequel, which apparently is bombing, I don't know why, has a really, really good fireworks sequencer. And you can even build set pieces on it. I even got the DLC that's an action scene DLC thing. As mentioned as well, okay, I will be gone after this for a good week as I spend time with my wife. But we'll be back because this year has been kind of interesting. Usually we do this every year. Well, last year was the first year, but this time we do it a bit later. And this year, I actually want to go over the Twitch recap thing because I didn't even realize how much information there was on this, and it kind of blew my mind because considering what we did this year compared to last year, I feel like we've done a lot more, which is odd. And another problem is I don't know how large this is. That's kind of large. Okay, well, I don't know why it says clippable just chatting champion of the year. To be fair, I think we spend most of the time in the section, but yeah, it's been an odd year. One, I just stream for funsies, so it's weird that people keep coming back every single year. It's sort of odd to me because I never really expect why, or I never really understand why people keep coming back. But it's funny to think that some of you enjoy whatever I'm putting out there to the point that you do want to come back consistently, which is nice. Obviously, it's kind of hard given that it's a part-time thing. So I'm surprised that people even can remember to show up here. So I appreciate it. In fact, there's a ton of you. I didn't really expect that. Obviously, for a year, it feels like there's not that much, but I always sort of like have to reorient myself. Whenever I see even like, sorry, whenever I even see 7 people watching or something, or like 10 people watching, 15 people, 200 people, 300, it's like no matter what the number is, even like one person, there's a staggering amount of scale that you don't really understand doing it online versus in person. I've had to give like I've had to act in things and give presentations in rooms of like 5 people, and I'm like, this is too many people. So to have that scale, but within this space, for this many people, consistently is a bit scary to me. It's very odd. And so it's considering then that it's like 100 new followers. It's like, holy shit, where did the 100 people come from? Because it's like, again, with 100 people, you could fill up a restaurant. You could fill up a very decently sized restaurant, and you could make gangbuster money, right? I could sell you crypto right now and probably leave with at least $10,000. That's pretty good. Sadly, I won't. I have too many morals to do something like that, so I can't do that to you. But I have thought about that because the more people there are, the more opportunity there is to make money from all of you. It's sort of why there's a metric on the side there for new subscribers. I don't know. I have to tell you guys constantly, just please don't sub because this is not. I don't do this for money. I do it for a pleasure, effectively. Which is also funny to say, but this is just a for funsy thing. This is not like a wild thing that I'm doing because I need the money. I'm a programmer. I make good money as is. But to see people do, it's like I fooled some of you. Somehow I fooled some of you, and I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing, right? I feel like I shouldn't have fooled some of you into somehow giving me money, and I feel like I've done something wrong because why? You know what I mean? But yeah, just in terms of scale, I always have to remind myself, even like 100 people like following, that's a very weird amount of people. And 4,000 hours is like not a small amount of time watching me either. It's directly correlated to my time online, but multiplied per person, right? And you actually get further down into this little window and you actually see, how much time is being spent. So, for instance, you see the top categories of games, which is odd, and I'll get into this afterwards. There's a whole games list I've compiled here. Just chatting, because most of my time is spent just talking. Astra Libra, which I was very surprised about. Sandbox, I'm not even kidding you. I think I'm still the top streamer on that category because there's only like 2 people who have ever used it. Dragon's Dogma 2, I don't know what the fuck that means. That doesn't really seem real to me. And until then, those categories are odd to me because I feel like they would have been more popular. The thing that really surprised me was this number down here with the 190 total streams and 47,000 chat messages sent. That's a lot. If you think about each chat message having anywhere between 1 to an infinite amount of meanings, right? Because we've had some chat memories also just copy paste entire Wikipedia definitions in the chat. Then 47,000 of those, that's enough. If you assume that every chat message has at least one word, well, let's say at least 5 words on average, right? That's a lot of words. You could write a book at that amount. Lord of the Rings word count. Well, Lord of the Rings has 187,000 words. If you assume 5 words per message, times 5. Holy shit! We could have written. We could have written The Return of the King 2 times over. That's pretty impressive, actually, huh? So in terms of scale, it's kind of weird to see this. I didn't really check this out until last night, and so when I was looking at this, I was like, "That's a lot of crazy scale." I knew there were some numbers that were strange, like new in terms of like the how large they were, but I didn't realize it was this large, which is crazy to me. So again, I have no clue why I got here, but thanks. I guess I appreciate it. I'm not really sure. I just did this for fun anyway, so it's a bit weird. What's interesting is that this one doesn't actually give you the full stats. So there's the website version, which gives you even more stats, but I don't know how much of this I can show. Because maybe most of this is like, is this going to dox people? Maybe. Collaborations of the year? What? Did you raid? Did I raid? I guess so. Most of them fall asleep before. Clips? Okay, the clips thing I always find funny because I'm like, I don't know if you should be the one to do that. I don't understand why it... What? Sorry, the website's a little bit... Okay, well, the website's got some more details. Let's see. 20 people... Oh my god, 4,000 hours. Jesus Christ. Here we go. In total for hours, which for a hobby is quite a lot if you think about it, but considering that I've played a multitude of things, and I'll get into that. It's not that much. In total, I've streamed like 1,000 hours, right? It's over like 190 streams. If I'm looking at that as like a cost benefit analysis, let's see, 1187 divided by 40, let's say, and then divide by 7. So trying to, yeah, that's a lot of that's a lot of days. That's a lot of days. If you consider that, like, maybe on average you have 8 hours a day of work, right? I've effectively worked, quote unquote, on this for 148 days, which is pretty nuts. If you just average out eight per, right? Which really, it's odd because it doesn't feel like that much. And this is the thing that's funny about this, right? It's even like a year later, I sort of wonder why I still do it, and I realize it's just a lot of fun to do so. And it's a lot of fun to go down these like weird rabbit holes of games and different pieces of media that we happen to find. And then it's funny that people always send me these bits of media and then consistently show up to take in part, like to take part in that shared experience live together. And there's something oddly very fun about that, right? I didn't think I would enjoy it as much. I think last year, especially 2023, I was feeling like, I'll just try it for a bit, and if I don't like it, then I don't like it. But now this year, I realized, yeah, it's really fun to do, and I really do enjoy it. And honestly, with this many hours, at first I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of hours. But then I was thinking to myself, I would have done this anyways. I would have just been playing games by myself anyways. Because both my wife and I play a shit ton of games. Most of our time is spent either going on dates, her doing her thing, me doing like my programming stuff, or both of us just playing games separately or together, right? So it's like either way, this 1,000 hour number would have been there no matter what you do. And obviously, you can't see this because maybe I can show this actually. I don't know why the website version is so much better. you you would think they would give you the website version first. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is okay. Well, there's a bit of a problem here. Um, but yeah, it's funny to think that this isn't actually that much that I spend in terms of hobbies. Because if you take this number and you multiply it by two, that's how much I spent on just doing my own stuff. So like the programming side, the writing side, the shit that I don't really show on stream because it's the stuff that I do on the side. There's like, and obviously you can sort of reduce your life down to that very easily to a set of numbers and saying like, oh, it's these activities, right? But all of these are just hobbies that you do, and so I'm like, oh man, like at first glance this seems like a lot, but if I'm thinking just in terms of programming, it's like I spent like 2,000 hours doing it, and I'm not even currently employed, right? Like I'm currently in that limbo space of finding the right opportunity. So for 1,000 hours of just pure fun, that's pretty good when you consider that I have 2,000 hours of pure fun elsewhere. Still though, it's a lot of days. It's a lot of days, and actually, I think that I'm pretty sure like 1,000, 2,000. That's like how many hours in a year do you have? 365 times 24. You have 8,000 hours, right? Well, I mean, 365 divided times 16, let's say, because you need 8 hours to sleep. You have 5,840 hours. And in the scale of that, it actually isn't that much, especially when you consider how much time you should be dedicating to your hobbies. Like I always found it funny when I was younger, and my parents always used to say, "This is many moons ago." Now I'm like basically 30, and I always found it funny whenever they were like, "Oh, you're spending too much time doing X, Y, Z. Why don't you do ABC instead?" And ABC is just another variation of X, Y, Z. Like playing games is no different from watching TV or playing sports. When you get really deep into your hobbies and you get really good at what they are, or you just want to do it for fun, it makes sense when you actually look at it in terms of hours. We just don't see it that way because it's simply a part of the flow state of our lives. That is not to say that it still doesn't surprise me, but man, because like seeing the number written out, it still does surprise me. Because you don't think about the number while you're doing it in that flow state of just doing it for the sake of having fun. Because it's either like you play games with your friends, like it's fun. But seeing the numbers, yeah, it really kind of brings it home. Especially this too. The 6 days streamed. That's a lot of days. This may go up and may go down. We'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, this year is gonna be interesting. What's interesting is how many hours watched compared to this. So on average, there's at least 4 of you always here, which is scary to me because the four of you are effectively here basically all the time. And I wonder what I can do to get you all to leave, and maybe for you to find the peace in your life and not have to watch this. Oh God, why just look at that? Open that. Yeah, top stream reached 20 viewers. I this number I was surprised at too because I never really look at this number. I basically never do. So I never actually look at how many people watch me. But even thinking about 20 viewers, like that's a lot. Even like again, 5 people, that's like a meeting. And that's a very like that's too many people as is. 20 people, that's a conference. That's like a mini conference that's held in your local city for PHP developers. And I'm not saying this from experience, but I've been there. I've been the person speaking to 20 people in some random startup building about how PHP and Laravel can push you forward. Honey, my wife is here. Hi, honey. So even this number kind of blows my mind, right? Because it's the scale of which you don't really see because you measure it by the chat message pace. But when you really think about this, again, if you ever have to give a presentation in front of 20 people, it's nerve-wracking. I remember one time I had to give a presentation at work for some major technology initiative that we were doing, and our company was it was both for investment purposes as well as to show off a company because it was kind of like a weird tech circuit thing that was happening within the city to try to convince people to join our team. It's absolutely nerve-wracking when you have 20 eyes on you and 20 eyes within the industry and you have to explain to them shit that they probably already know. It's terrifying. So while the number here, at least to me, it's kind of funny because you compare it to like Iron or something, right? He's like 2,000, 3,000, however many viewers, right? It's like 100 times less, but it's still 10 times, it's still 20 times more than you would have ever expected. Top tags of the, who the fuck gives a fuck about this? What is top tags of the year? What? Yeah, the chat messages, these emotes. I'm actually very glad that people are using this elsewhere. This one is funny to me because you can use this anywhere and scare anybody's chat room. What's great too is that you can enlarge it, so you can just spend bits and it gets massive. So if you could keep doing that, please do. Biggest fans of the year. I feel like this is doxing people. Thanks all of you. Appreciate all of you. There are many chatting names. Raids received 61. I'm going to say this right now. I've actually been so bad at this, and I feel so bad about this, but I'm going to say it right now. It is simple. I blame time zones. I blame the fact that the sun, it does not turn on and off all at once. I've imagined an Earth that sits in the center of a torus that is a sun, like a donut, right? Then we could have actual consistent times. Like it's stupid to me that the universe designed the sun as a ball that rotates around. Or that we rotate around. It's a pretty flawed design for version 1.0. Hopefully in 2.0 they fix the RL stuff, but I appreciate everyone who does raid me, but I want you to look at the disparity between these two numbers, where 61 people have 61 times have I been raided, and 3 times have I actually just sent a raid. Again, it's the people who raid me. They're done by the time I start because of time zone stuff. So I know it looks like I'm an asshole. I'm not saying that I'm not, but I'm just saying, I have reasons to be an asshole. And then the clip thing. This one's so funny to me. I don't know. Like, what's the point of the clips? I feel like clips are just there to force the viewers to try to get to do stuff. But yeah, I don't know why they don't show this one. And you all spent 328,000 Canadian Tire dollars inside of the channel as well. Also got affiliate this year. So yeah, this year has been a bit of a strange year compared to the original year. 2023 was really just a test to see how I would enjoy this, and now that we've gotten really into it, it's been fun. A lot of the different things are happening as well. Like I get emails for games that people want to sponsor me for, and emails about games that people just want me to like play. It's very odd. So like it's slowly growing, which was never the intention. Like the intention was always to keep this very small, under the hood, very low key, make sure no one really knows about this, because it was never designed to be like a large deal thing. However, that doesn't necessarily correlate with the amount of effort that I put into it, because there's something genuinely fun about this, right? And the one thing that I've realized is I really, really enjoy this concept of trying to come up with something fun to do with this medium. In doing this, I realize it's a very different medium from everything else I've ever done. I've done acting, right? I've done acting in small things and fairly decently medium-sized things. I've done videos. I've done videos on the side in my own personal stuff as well as for this stuff. And they're very vastly different from either of those. I've done public speaking. I've done like the whole talking route. I've done the whole, you know what I mean, like the Q&A stuff. I've done the whole interview thing. It's very, very different from the live streaming side. And the live streaming side presents a very interesting opportunity because you don't get that level of interaction at scale compared to everything else. Thanks, YouTube, for reminding me. See, it works. See, it works. I remember last time, actually, you did mention that the YouTube streams as a reminder was actually good. But welcome, chat. And hope that you all had a good Christmas. I'll get into the whole thing there. But yeah, this is all to say that the amount of desire that I have to not make this blow up too much is not at all correlated to the amount of effort I'm going to put in. So that is to say that within the new year, there's actually going to be a couple of interesting, better changes based on things that I've done basically throughout the entire year this year. So as a bit of a context, without getting too deep into it, this year has been a lot of managing our life, basically. I mean, just dealing with like life stuff, right? Which you could probably tell by the many days I had to take off. None of it was planned, but in doing so, now we're in a much better place where things are much more stable. And so what ends up happening is that we can kind of go all the way into this now. So really the goal with all of this was to basically make space for myself to focus on the shit that I want to do, right? Same thing for my wife was to get her space to do the stuff that she wants to do as well. So now that we have a bit more space and we have a bit more proficiency in managing the things that we need to manage in real life, as well as this stuff, next year is going to be a lot better. So basically, this year was very much just a deal with everything as it comes and see how far I can push it, know my limits, and know even further where my limits could lie if I push even further. And now that I know, it means I can actually get started on a lot of really cool things, as well as because I finally, you know, roughly within the last month or so, months or 1 to 2 months, I've finally gotten most of my personal stuff sorted. So it's been nice. And you probably did see that just in the way that these last couple streams have been very, very weak, let's say, because it's been very, very. I haven't had time to like plan things, but now I do, and it also means that I have time to actually bring some ideas that I've had for a very long time to life, which means within the coming year, there's a lot more things that are going to happen. So within the coming year, you know, this year has been great, and again, I feel like, you know, 1,000 hours streamed is like nothing when you compare it to how many hours you spend doing most of your hobbies. This coming year, it's probably going to go even higher. Not super high. I think there's going to be a bit of a change in terms of like the scheduling, in terms of how much time I do want to spend on this, just because I have life to live. Like I gotta, you know what I mean? I have a job, you know what I mean? I gotta deal with a job. I have to pay the bills. I gotta, you know what I mean? I want to program stuff. But it does mean that we're going to do more because now I have less obligations as a whole because I've built systems around my life to make it easier, which is nice. And obviously, you know, my wife will come first, right? So there's actually a couple of new things that have been silently made and silently will become soon-ish within the first 3 to 4 months of the new year. They're moving a lot faster than I thought. First is that you're going to see actually a lot more videos. I used to always say this, and I kind of gave up on it because there was just too much stuff going on. But now that I'm done all that stuff, I've actually been able to get back into actually cutting out and planning some ideas for some interesting videos that I think might work based on whatever I want to do. I won't get into what they are, but they're going to be videos of various varieties of types of content that I think you would all enjoy. We are not going to become a prank channel. If I ever become a prank channel, I want you to report me to Twitch because I feel like that's a fair compromise for anybody who becomes a prank channel. There's also a okay. Thank you, Chad. There's also a new channel in the Discord because there's a couple of games that I can't play on Twitch, so we'll have to play on a site like Chatterbait or something. I don't know. This is not an announcement of my Zoin career. I just recognize that there's some weird fucking games that I want to play for you all that are good. It's going to be very, very funny, but you need to be in that channel and you can get there by answering correctly on the roll and making sure that you're actually 18 plus, because Discord will actually check if you're 18 plus, as far as I know. There's gonna be some music coming to the channel soon, so this is gonna be weird, but it's something that I've been planning for a while that I never really could finish because it's just very hard to find time. And also because my sister is very busy in life, but my sister is now actually a lot less busy. And also because I kind of figured I should fast track this for other reasons as well. So yeah, you'll see some songs coming to the channel soon, both of just by myself as well as with my sister. Songs that I've been writing for a while, and I've been sort of playing with behind the scenes for a very long while to try to figure out how I want to compose them and figure out what they want to like, figure out how I want it to sound like. And again, this is all within the first 3 to 4 months. Okay, it'll take some time, but it'll be a fairly slow drip feed. It's sort of there's that rebrand thing that I'm doing as well, which you'll see more of. I just need to figure out how to actually get hired to hire somebody to do it. But I solidified. I know exactly what concept I want to go for, which I think you'll all really enjoy. That's very, very nice to me. And there's gonna be a lot of fun things that we can do with it as well. So I think you'll all enjoy that there. I actually slightly. This is a weird thing that I started halfway through last year, but or halfway through the year. But I actually planned to do this for a while, but I couldn't figure out on what concept. And then halfway through the year, I was like, oh shit, I know exactly the concept I want to write about. I'm gonna try to record like an audiobook thing, based on like this original thing that I've been thinking about for a while. It's a weird thing that I wrote way back, like a long time ago, that I kind of realized would be a perfect fit for the format, specifically for the idea of an audiobook that you read, or that well, I guess that you listen to. If you listen to an audiobook and you say that you've read the book, you're fucking lying to me, okay? I've had multiple people say this to me. It's like, you're lying to me. You've never read the book. You've never held a piece of paper in your hands. You've never found true love. You don't know what happened to Aragorn. You weren't there. You know what I mean? That's why this audiobook is going to be a bit of an interesting development, because I've always found audiobooks to be very annoying in the space, and that they, aside from the ones from Audible, most of them did not take advantage of what the space had to offer. Okay, and this was true many years ago, back when it was a thing on radio as well. So this is how old this idea is, and it's like I finally got some time to actually sit down with it, and I think I'm onto something that I think you might enjoy. It's gonna be short, mind you, maybe like 4 or 5 episodes, but I think it's gonna be hopefully interesting for you all. There's gonna be a lot more live shows and segments, so this is gonna be throughout the entire year. But there's a lot of different live segments that I want to try with you all. That's gonna have a lot of audience interaction, as well as some new things. I just want to see if it's possible for me to do. There's a lot of sorry, I'm still sick. There's a lot of things that I've been holding back on, just because I wasn't sure if I had the opportunity or the space to do so. But now that all my personal obligations are done, I'm effectively free, right? I'm effectively free to take this all the way, which is kind of interesting to me. And then there's going to be more of the same throughout the entire year. So it's not going to be all crazy all the time. I'm not going to put on like 10 out of 10 masterpieces every single day. Now, I don't think anyone can. It's basically impossible to. But it's interesting to think that we can get there, or we can get a very, very large amount of this stuff going, without having to focus on like a pure 10 out of 10 state of things. There's still going to be a lot of enjoyable days. There's still going to be a lot of very chill days. It's mostly going to be very strange and weird days too. The goal of this has always to be and keep it the same as it always is, but just continually evolve it and make it better, right? And now that I finally have space, because this is like the first year in, my life, I think in general, that I've had space in general to like really, really step away from certain things and think about what I want to do. That's been nice for me that I think it's going to end up being a lot nicer than it was before. 2023 and 2024, you saw remnants of what happens when someone's busy in life. And now that I'm no longer busy, it's like, fuck yeah, I can do stuff. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it all. And yeah, it's basically what's going to happen. So all this to say, yeah, next year's streams are going to be even more involved. There's going to be a bigger push from me. I'm not going to keep this small and low key anymore. I think the big thing is that this will slowly get larger and larger, I think. As to how large, I have no clue. I'm thinking maybe like five more people. That's it. Five more consistent people. Um, this is not to say that I'm chasing fame or fortune, because I'm gonna be real with you. If I try to make money from Twitch, I think I'm gonna hit 80 before I ever make enough to get close to a minimum wage paycheck. But there is something very interesting and fun about this medium the larger you get, because there's more and more stupidity within the chat, as a result of the collective brain cells degrading together, that I think is going to be a lot more fun once we get into the various shows and different bits that I have planned for you all. And I swear to God, this will not be like the silent Charlie Chaplin Diablo 2. That one, honestly, that one was just done because, listen, I'm just saying it was a genius idea, but I've seen the feedback. Okay, I get the feedback. People didn't like it. People didn't like the Charlie Chaplin Diablo 2. I get it. Okay, people don't like modern day silent films. I get it. Right? Jake Paul or John Paul, whatever the fuck his name is. Okay, Jordan Paul. I don't know what the fuck his name is. He fell asleep during Oppenheimer. All right. The Zoomers don't have the mindset for it anymore, and the Millennials they don't have it either because TikTok also took over their lives. So I get it. I understand. It's not going to be stuff like that. I think you'll enjoy what's going to come up next. But yeah, thank you all of you for always joining me on these strange adventures, and I'm very glad that you all enjoy it. It'll be more of the same. It'll be just more in general. It'll be more of the same flavor and vibe. We won't ever change. Like it'll always be sort of the same deal no matter what. Honor. Sorry, I forgot that the honor bot was on. Hello, chat. And I promise you the vibe won't change. The goal of this has never been to change the vibe. I've never wanted to basically turn this into another corporate endeavor. This is a fun space for us to experiment with some crazy shit. But yeah, just thank you all of you for showing up every single year. Sorry, every single day. I mean, every single year too, honestly. Every single day that I do happen to stream, that I'm not sick, especially with the bonkers schedule. Listen, the schedule, I don't know. Listen, okay? I see people with like 2,000 viewers and they have no schedule, okay? New Year's in 20 minutes and you're sick. Yeah, it's okay, chat. I think everyone got sick this year. So it's a bit funny because especially for the Christmas time, right? So starting from before Christmas time and before the New Year's, everybody always plans on these events happening, and they always plan for these cool celebrations, right? But they never plan for the fact that your immune system gets worse when it gets cold, and so then the viruses enter your body, and then they take over, and then they ruin your entire plant segment. But yeah, we're all sick. Please enjoy your Robitussin. I don't know what medication that you're taking, but take something. It is helping. There's also another stat page that I found as well. So Steam also does a stat page, which tells a much deeper story here. Water, that's my medicine streamer. It's water. I'm taking water. Don't make me laugh, streamer. Steam also actually does a recap page as well. So they tell us how much time and money we've wasted on games. If we assume that most games, if we assume that most games are $10, right? You don't cough on us. Listen, I warned all of you. I warned all of you in the Discord that I'm still sick. So it's just gonna be the way that is, okay? If you assume that every game on Steam is an average $10, right? Because this includes the extremes of the $100 games like Remnant 2 and all the DLC, or Dragon's Dogma 2 and all the non-DLC. Cough on me, please. And then you assume that there's a bottom tier where there's like the $1 games. We spent at least, oh my god, chat, we spent at least $1,000. Actually, that's not that bad. Huh. I thought I spent way more in games throughout the year, but no, we've only spent about $1,180 on games total. Roughly. I mean, not really, but I feel like roughly. That's probably a good number to shoot for on average. But yeah, we played a lot actually on Steam. Don't mind the Dota 2. This was all because for planning for that Dota 2 segment. I had to try a lot of custom games. There are hundreds of custom games on Dota 2. And I had to play a bunch of them. And a lot of games that we play aren't on Steam. So there's a bunch of games. I have a games list after that I'll go to. But I found this interesting because of how many things that we've done basically off of Steam. We played 118 games, okay, which is only 15, mind you, only 15 more than last year. So I don't know what the fuck we were doing last year, but apparently we played just as many games last year, which is funny because it looks that way from the YouTube channel, right? We have 917 achievements unlocked, which is less than last year. What? I'm a loser. I'm worse than last year. What? Doesn't make any sense. What? I'm so much better. What? Oh, I'm a god gamer. What? Fake, fake gamer, true gamer, fake gamer. I like how your opinion changed very, very quickly. What? That actually doesn't make sense. But look at this. I have 75 rare achievements. Okay. I will say the Steam thing. I wish it showed you the rare achievements. I get why it doesn't because it's spoilers, but I kind of wish it showed you a breakdown of those rare achievements. But I think it's because they can't do it because it's basically just it's just a graph, and that's kind of an unsolvable problem. You posted gamer because you saw them post it too. You see gamer, I type gamer. I need to make remind me to fix the bot or get like a better bot where it's like I can do a regex search on your messages because I want the bot to respond to the word gamer as well. I want you all to look at this stat here, okay? This doesn't make any sense. 87% of games played with keyboard and the mouse. 10% played with controller. What is the last 3%? What does this mean? What other control schemes do you possibly have? However, maybe this makes sense actually, because I do use a wheel for American Truck Simulator. Apparently, this was the game we played the most was Astra Libre, which makes sense because we never finish games on the channel, right? This is a channel where we never finish games, and so it makes sense that I played this the most because we never finish games, and so therefore I never spend time on these games long term. Dota 2, I'm just gonna say it. Listen, I really like Dota. I got addicted. I'm sorry. Tales and Tactics, I got really addicted off the stream. Okay, I'm just saying it. Let's see how we compare to the rest of the Steam community. Okay, the rest of what? The rest of the Steam community has unlocked 13 achievements. Most people play 4 games. I played 118. I have a problem. Holy shit. My longest streak of playing games was 21 days. Compared to the average 6. 6 is a lot. I played 46% new releases. Wow. That's I am what I play. This photograph shows the kind of games that I spent the most time in 2024. Is the music broken? No, it's not. Wow, look, we have a typing game. So I actually spent the least amount of time in typing games, thank God. Spent the most amount of time in MOBAs, automation, Souls-like, Hexgrid, roguelike deck builders. By the numbers, I've subscribed to 500 things in the workshop. I have 10 new friends. This was for collab reasons. And this was for games that I wanted to give feedback for. MOBA. MOBA gamer. Oh, Omega lol. Does this lower your opinion of me, chat? Or does this make you think better of me, chat? Right? Game mayor. Does this make you think better of me, or does this... Again, I'm a programmer, right? So everything I want to say for a programmer, these two make sense. Or these three. These three make sense for a programmer. These two make sense for a gamer. Now I think you are a gamer. We played the most Astra Libre revision. We have my beloved older sister Gaiden. What? I'm not even gonna ask about that. This was our most played game. I was really into this game in 2024. Gray Mayo. What? Oh, here we go. Dota 2. I'm gonna be honest. Most of this was in custom games. Wow. Spent a lot of time playing these, huh? What else did I play? Wait, what else did I play? Okay, this game took over my life in November. I'm not even going to lie to you. When the PvP update came out, chat, and I played that PvP mode one time, I couldn't stop playing this game. I think Tales and Tactics, I'm going to get into the games list after. I have the full list of games that we played throughout the entire year, okay? I think Tales and Tactics is the best auto battler on the market. The PvP mode understands it intuitively. It understands fundamentally what is the joy of an auto battler. There is no reflexes needed. You could play. You could have no fingers. You could have no hands and still play Tales and Tactics and still have fun. As long as you can think, you can play Tales and Tactics. This is the best game. This is one of the best auto battlers out there, hands down. Balatro, you can tell when I gave up because the game got too hard. So for all of March, I played a shit ton of it. April, I was like, okay, it's getting hard, and I stopped playing it. And in October, I was like, maybe I could do it again. And then I played for 1%, and then I stopped. I stopped. Then you deck down the 20 or fewer cards. My philosophy. Dragon's Dogma 2, same thing. This game wasn't really finished. What? Achievements hidden by personal preference. Well, hidden by personal preference. You already showed me these. What's the point? My playtime by the month. There's actually a lot of things I've played. So you can actually see this. Back in January, we played 17% of my time was in Kenshi. And 64% in other games. Holy shit. This is when we played when Dota 2, Uplink, Path of Exile 1, American Truck Simulator, God, yep, hell yeah. Factorio, Last Epoch, World of Horror, and 14 more. Wow. Dying Light 2, okay, that was a personal thing. Related, Last Epoch, again personal. Horror Bunnies demo, Grim Clicker, also personal. For Honor, Norp Apolog, holy shit, we actually played a fuck ton of games, chat. Well, is it me or is it we? I'm not sure. Undefeated, Cyrilium Ultimate, that game is like crack. Dwarven Realms, also like crack. Interior Worlds, Supermarket Simulator, Road Warden, I'll get into this. There's all, Jesus Christ, State of Decay, Jesus. Ooh, holy moly. Hey, look, October had the most variety. In October, I don't know what happened to me in March. I think in March, yeah, it was mostly Dragon. Too bad Sandbox is not on Steam. So yeah, I'll get into that. there's a lot of interesting stats about the games that aren't tracked by Steam. I'm gonna show you them later because the Sandbox one is probably the funniest one. So yeah, Grim Clicker, VR Chat, Slit Aspire. What were we, in October? October, I gave you the best content in October. I'm gonna say it right now. October was to be fair, October was around the time when my responsibilities were starting to die down. So that was around the time when I could plan for better streams. So it lines up roughly with in terms of the quality of my streams. Like earlier, it's like Uplink. What the fuck am I? People don't want to watch me program. And then in October, I was like, yo, American Truck Simulator, people love this. By the way, I had 30 Divine at some point in PoE 2. I got addicted. Yeah, I'm sorry for those of you who followed me to Path of Exile 2 because I stopped playing. I'm just waiting for the next patches. And most of you, however, are currently addicted to the game, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm glad to know that you enjoyed it. So pretty much all Windows, fuck Linux. 6 games on VR, fuck Linux. Top play games on VR was look at this. VR Chat and American Truck Simulator are neck to neck. These games are neck to neck. It is head to head. I'm either on the road or on the sofa, right? And I don't want to be in the sofa anymore. I want to be on the road. Oh, this is amazing. Perfect. Blade and Sorcery, Vacation Simulator, Assetto Corsa was with a controller. You tried Oregon Trading Simulator. It's the worst game that you played. Is it bad? See, I had a feeling that wasn't the trading game that you would like. I had a feeling. But there's some trading game that's similar to PoE trading, but like way more advanced. I guess these are the games that we played, the controller games. Bad enough that you refunded. See, I think because you weren't playing with the Kinect, the game has a hidden Xbox Kinect mode. I'll show you how to play the game very soon when I get to the Organ Trading Simulator mode. I just need to wait for the organs to deliver. So because of the Canada Post strike, all the organs that I ordered, it takes a while for them to come. So hopefully, now that the strike is over and now that the new year is coming, although the strike is starting back up in February, hopefully the organs arrive sometime in January. So these are the games I played on controller. Crow Country was good. Animal Well was really good. Lick making people addicted to drugs has become a theme. Yeah. What drug are you guys addicted to? We played a ton of demos actually. Longest Daily Streak. Wow, we did play a lot of games actually, huh? Wrapped in Steel, Dragon's Dogma 2, Infra, Atlas, Calorie Mates. During this time, between September and October, I played the most different games, like Calorie Mates, Liquid for game creators. What do you mean? Um, wow. I think I'm the only person who has ever played this game. I've never I haven't seen another person play this game yet, which is a bit weird to me because it is kind of funny. You're now addicted to air and the bathwater. I'm glad that you enjoy the bathwater, chat, and the air. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Deadlock. I'm gonna say right now, Deadlock streams. That was the best community bonding moment that we've ever had. Okay, I know so much about all of you, and I know that very few of you rage, but I also know that I can't rely on any of you because you all suck. Infra, amazing. This list of games. I need to explain some of the things, but this is the list of games that Steam has seen us play. Okay, these are all the games that we played throughout the year. Yeah, you like to suck. Pal World, never touched this game again. As soon as we played Pal World and I did the butchering chat members to eat, I I was done with the game. Astro Libre for obvious reasons, best game hands down. Kenshi, amazing game. We've had so many different storylines come from Kenshi, so many different happenings, so many different people like personalities being built up in this game. Class of '09, I'm surprised I didn't get to banned, right? American Truck Simulator, again, you all questioned my ability to drive a car, and I don't know why. I only killed like several families, okay? It wasn't that much. At least it was, under 100, under three digits, right? The Citadel, the sequel is coming out in January. Uplink, I don't know why I played this so much. I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't know why. I was really addicted to this game. Salamander County Public Television, I don't know what. Factorio, this one died. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Path of Exile 1, that was a personal thing. Road Warden, I'm sorry. I'll explain what's happening to these games. I'll explain what's happening to the games that we haven't finished. Okay? We will finish them. The Long Drive, I will explain. Don't even look at this. Can I expand this? I should not expand this. Okay, I got 56 achievements in this game. 56. Don't ask. This was a personal choice. This was a personal game. Mosaic Nico Waifus 5 was a personal choice. Lunacid, amazing game. Lethal Company, I'm lonely. Daggerfall, I don't know why that's there. For Honor, I don't know. Grim Clicker, personal choice. Dying Light 2, personal choice. Astro Libre, because this game was... we had to finish it. Is it Nico or is it Neko? A lot of these games as well. Egg, Dread. There's a lot of demos actually. A shit ton of demos. Anyways, yeah, this is the list of games. I posted this link some time ago in the Discord while I was gone. It's Neko. Oh. Well, Mosaic Nico Waifus is here. You can see this list for yourself and compare your stats to mine. Sadly, I have no life, and so therefore your stats will never come in my pair. What? Oh, this was Knowledge or No Lady. Yeah, this was the first time when we played these. Because they're cats. Meow. Wait, is there a meow emote? Do we have a meow? Oh shit, there are meow emotes. Wait. Oh, it's lowercase meow. You have to do lowercase meow. Click holding, classic game. I don't know why these are blurred on the bottom end. That's very odd. But there's a lot of games, eh? Holy shit! Some of these, you can really tell when we had a lot of time in some months. I'm gonna give you a very stark timeline here, okay? January, February, and so on. Around here, no, around here actually. Around July up until August, yeah. So these two months. This was when I ran out of time, basically. Up until October. And you can tell because September was basically dead. And then October, we really got into the more community aspect of the games, as well as some game suggestions from the chat. And then now we're here in December. Playing who knows what, because I've been sick most of this month. Frequently asked questions. Anyways, yeah, that's a lot of games. But that's not all the games, okay? I actually have the list of games that we played here. So I'm gonna read them out to you, or because I don't know how else to show them to you. Um, I can actually show you the entire list as it is, and I'll just hide the bottom piece here. There's a lot of games. So if we look at this list, is it fine to show this? It's probably fine to show this, right? I just have to not click on anything else. In terms of full releases, we played a shit ton of games. So we played Arctic Eggs, the Citadel, Salamanca County, like, and there's even more games I didn't list here, but these were the ones that were actually full games, right? Tales and Tactics, No Rest for the Wicked, like these are very, very fantastic games. We have some, and we also found some new games that that we're looking forward to too, as well. Like Snow Job, I'm really excited for Snow Job. Beyond Citadel, which releases on January 2nd, Out of Action. The demo for this game was fantastic. Of Love and Eternity, Obsidian Legion, Night Runners, Slay the Spire 2, Divine Frequency, Urban Myth Solutions on it, Project Silverfish, Blood Type Race, White Knuckle, Angeline Error, Eclipsium, Bobo Bay, Super Agent Wizard Boy, Silly Polybeast, Path of Exile 2, which is kind of out but not really, and Deadlock, and Everdate, okay? Snow Job, for sure. I think this game is going to be fantastic. Snow Job. We also have unfinished games, okay? So I'm going to get into the games that we didn't finish. We didn't finish Road Warden, Dave the Diver, Needy Streamer Overload, Wildermyth. The mod has been waiting for this. Dragon's Dogma 2. We didn't finish Stalker 2, Golden Heart, Five Hearts on the Wonder Roof, and we didn't finish Snow Job, okay? We're going to finish these. The priority for January is going to be finishing these games. So as a little sneak peek, for January, we're going to be finishing these games. And I'm going to be slowly getting the other stuff that I mentioned done. So the audiobook, the music, the songs, the covers, the stuff like that. The rebrand is going to be a bit longer because I don't know how long it's going to take to find somebody, and I don't know how much to I don't know how much money it's going to cost, and I don't even know how long it's going to take to do. But this is going to be at least our focus for January is getting most of these done. There's a lot more things coming up post February, as well as during January as well, because some of these games are going to release around then. And we're always going to be waiting for new games as well. So it's going to be a fairly busy year. But yeah, these games, I promise you, will be done. You will have a full playthrough of Road Warden at some point. I'm just still sick, and I'll be gone for the first week of January for until, I don't know, what day? I'll be gone until Monday, next Monday. But I think, you're all going to enjoy the conclusions to these games, because I've honestly been craving playing these games for a while. It's just unfortunate that I got sick. If I wasn't sick, we could have finished at least these two, as well as maybe a bit more of this. I don't know. Holy moly. I mean, that was basically the entire recap, which was a lot. I didn't think that would be so much. But yeah, thanks for showing up to every single stream. I do appreciate it, all of you. I'm glad that you enjoy the back and forth. I'm also, it is funny that I often, will just make fun of you all, and you still come back for that. So in a way, you're all masochists or sadists of some kind, or you enjoy being downplayed on some level. It's New Year's. Oh yeah, Happy New Year's to those of you who it's happening to now, and I appreciate it. I don't really say it because I don't want to build that relationship. I don't want to do it in the terms of, because what I want you to do is watch only if you enjoy it, and I don't want you to watch because you feel obligated to, right? I'm always careful not to make you feel obligated to come back and watch because you got thanks from me that one time, right? I never want that to happen, and I always want you to come back because you enjoy the content for what it is. But hopefully you do, but I do appreciate it, right? It is fun. As much as I would have fun doing this by myself, it's fun to see people come back to it and enjoy it enough that they want to chat about it every single time. So it does help a lot, make it easier and better than it would have been just alone. And so I'm just trying to say it. I don't know. Is this Cinderella for me to say it like this? Thank you. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Now, all that said, again, plans for the New Year's is good. This year has been a very interesting year for me. Again, very solid stuff. I've been enjoying getting some space for myself and learning about what I want to do. But today is not just a talking day. We're not just recapping. We're actually going to celebrate New Year's. Now, some of your New Year's are done, but I'm still waiting. Okay, which means currently, right now, we're in a time paradox. Some of you are ahead of my time. Some of you are currently in a whole different timeline. Basically, if we're not careful and we don't keep the flow of things, and you like change something, you could irrevocably change time forever. You could split into two different timelines. The streamer that you know that you're watching right now might not be me, right? Don't even get up from your seats. Don't even go to the washroom. Piss your pants. Because if you leave, if you take your eyes off of the stream for even 1 second, you might not like who's going to be there when you come back. I'm in the future. I'm in the future, streamer. I'm all the way in the future. I'm so far ahead of you, streamer. We're gonna be doing some fun things today. I'm going to be taking you to an arcade in the coin game for a bit, and then we're gonna build a fireworks display to celebrate the Canadian New Year's, because that's the only New Year's that I know, right? Again, I'm on the Canadian timeline, and you really don't want to be here. Actually, the Canadian timeline. It's a little bit strange. I will say the Canadian timeline is getting a lot stranger day by day. I would argue some of the timelines are a little bit better, but it's what I know. All I know is the Canadian timeline, and so we're going to make a beautiful fireworks display within Planet Coaster for the Canadian New Year's celebration when we finally catch up with the rest of the world, because the sun rises in the east and falls in the west. And I don't know where that phrase is from. I'm pretty sure I heard it from some movie. Before that, though, I have a song to share with you all. It's from a group called The Offline, or maybe even a single person, because every music video it involves one dude just walking around. It's a great song from their new album called look, I'm not even gonna pronounce this. The Color of the Sea, okay, or like the sea water. It's La Couleur de la Mer. I know my French pronunciation is like a 5-year-old's, and I know if you're a French listener, you will hate what I just said, but just know Canadian French education doesn't really work out here. It's a great song called Jean et Alain, and I really enjoy the vibes of it, and I think it'd be a great way to kick off going into the new year just a little bit as we go into the various celebrations. I know I said don't take your eyes off, but I have to go pee. So I'm going to disappear, and the person that comes back may not be me. BRB. And please enjoy the song, Jean et Alain by The Offline. That album is so good. While I was in the washroom, I didn't realize how tight my throat was until I actually tried to drink some water, and I realized it was very, very tight. So if I sounded weird, sorry. Just this sickness in general makes me sound weird. I always sound strange whenever I'm sick, because my throat can't keep up with what I'm saying. So I had to massage my threshy to make it nice and loose. Nice and loose. Before we get into the games, I want to say, again, if this year was rough, it will get better next year. It will always get better. You have the ability, in many ways, to make your life better, and never give up. We will always have a much better time. And in the coming year, because we'll have even more streams and stuff, I actually have a lot more time to stream in the coming year. I'll be there with you every step of the way. So I know it's a weird thing to say. It's very parasocial. I know. Coming from the person who always says no parasocialism here. Okay, this is a parasocialism free zone. Okay, it's a bit like communism. Sorry, but I think it's worth it to say. I think it's fine to look forward to the new year, shed ourselves of this weight, and live life better for ourselves. Copium. Now it's funny, again, I will say this here, though, okay? You cannot, the statute of limitations does not all of a sudden kick in when it's a new year. So whatever you've done this year, you still have to deal with the consequences of it. Up and even past the, just because it's a new year, new me, that doesn't make any fucking sense, all right? New year, new me, it's impossible. You can't, this is not like the ship of Theseus, dude. I know, sure, over the entire year, all the cells in your body have regenerated and then died, right? So you're effectively a new person, but you're still you, buddy. Still all the same flaws, okay? So you gotta deal with it, alright? You didn't find anything Reddit / communism related, so you post this. James Treats. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. I like how now James from Silent Hill 2 is associated with socialism, parasocialism, and communism, as well as red. Very, very solid. I like that color matching. Okay. Get in the car, everyone. Put your seatbelts on. I'm going to take you all to the arcade now. Just give me a moment to set things up. In a bit,
as I play you a song because I need a BRB and get some water and get things ready. Okay, we're gonna play some more songs. The songs today. I mean, I started with some Vietnamese songs at the beginning of stream, and I got even more songs for you now. Some very very good songs. These are songs that I really enjoy, and I enjoy them because there's something interesting about their sounds. Right? These are Vietnamese songs, mostly in this playlist for today's stream. But there's something very very fun about their vibe and like the way that they sound, and it's interesting because sometimes some Vietnamese songs can sound very very sad with the way that they are, especially the way that they sound very almost solemn because a lot of them are like romance songs. But sometimes you get one that's actually fun to listen to that doesn't just make you sad. That has an interesting flow to it and actually plays a lot with the sound of a traditional Vietnamese song in a way that you wouldn't really expect. So that's why I'm playing these ones in particular because I think these all do very, very well. And I played at the beginning of today's stream Cafe by Min, as well as Girls Like Me Don't Cry, which is, the remix version with both the three and then Min. So please do enjoy this song. I won't even try to pronounce this because there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce this well because my pronunciation in Vietnamese is actually is a shit. So just listen to this song, which I find very very interesting, and I do enjoy it as I BRB. In just a moment, a little dribble came out, so it wasn't really a big pee. I'm just kidding. I just went to go get some water. I was here the entire time, pissing my pants. That song was popular a couple of years ago when it first came out. It was very popular. I always liked that song because I always found it interesting the way that it played with, especially the chorus, because the words that he says and the way that they sound, because the language is a what's that term called? It's a sing-songy language, right? I think he did a great job actually writing those words and making them sound good within the chorus, making them sound interesting as their own units of like sound, and also getting the pronunciation across that you understand what it means, right? So I found that song to be very very solid, and it's sort of tonal. There we go, tonal. That's the thank you, fellow ESL speakers with your English better mastery of English than Mia times. Yep, tonal. It's hard. And it's hard. I always talk about this stuff. I showed you guys songs before. Tonal with a tonal language, your song structure, the way you write it, gets a lot harder. And I'm in the process of writing like a Vietnamese song too. It's really hard to choose the right words and get them to sound correct. Like you have to pull out a dictionary, not just because you don't know the language like I do to a very high degree, but also just in terms of you need to figure out what synonym actually works because you want to get the meaning. You want to get the meaning across. You want to be poetic about it, but you also need to make it sound good without losing the meaning and making it sound like something else. It's very hard. But yeah, I'll be setting out my as well New Year's wishes elsewhere. Well, once it's New Year's on my end, but again, to those of you who are in the future, Happy New Year's, Merry New Year's. I don't know what to say it. How to say it. Hopefully 2025 is treating you all well, and thanks for showing up. You think it's just a linguistic term? Oh, okay. Let's see. All of a sudden, it's a linguistic term, huh? It's not like the It's not like the mathematics or anything. Behind every sound is a mathematical equation that determines the notes that it is when it hits your ear. It's not just linguistical stuff. You linguist and your ego. Future chiming in here. Happy New Year's so far. Happy New Year's to you as well. We're going to move on now. And again, appreciate you all for stepping by. But if it is late, again, please do enjoy your time. And, again, I see what you've done, but I have policy not to call it out because, I don't want to and I don't need to. I don't want to encourage it. Please do keep the money to yourself. But we're going to move on to the final game of today. We have 4 hours. We're going to try to make a firework display. And we're going to time it so the fireworks go off on New Year's, okay? In some Planet Coaster. Just give me a moment to set things up. Valorant will add 1 gift sub for every 5 gift subs. Apparently it's random. So apparently the ratio I've seen is completely random. It could be one of 5, or it could be like 1 per 1, or it could even be more. Sometimes it's like 3 per like 5, or like 3 per 1. Basically, what I'm saying is don't do it because again, this is like I'm gonna do streaming anyways. The money, I'm fortunate that I don't need it. So if you want to subscribe to someone else smaller, right? It's fine. If you enjoy the content and you feel like you want to support it, sure. But I just want you to know it's not necessary, and it doesn't make me like you more or less. I suffer you all the same, right? I suffer all of you the same, and so nothing really changes. Think about what you want for yourself first. You thought that I'm unemployed at the moment. I am. Well, it doesn't mean that I need it. I can get a job, chat. No, you should like us more. You should like us more, streamer. It was at a discount. You could have turned down to 345. You should like us more. At least you're honest. At least you're honest about your intentions. I commend that. I commend that you're honest about your intentions, right? It's scary. It'd be scarier if you weren't honest about your intentions, because then I wouldn't know. At least now I know that there are no eggshells for me to like walk on. Yeah. Sure. Listen, if I need money, I can go get a job, and that's fine, right? And honestly, I am getting a job soon, right? As far as I know, this interview process is going well, but I have to wait till they come back from the holiday and see if they have short-term memory loss. Because if they forget, then they go back into it. But either way, listen, I can get a job fine. It's easy, okay? And I'm a programmer. I just want to reiterate, my policies on subscriptions and stuff, even for the new year, is the same. If you actually do want to support it because you enjoy it, I appreciate it. It's not necessary. Again, I can just make the money. It just means that it'll cut into stream time, but that's fine, right? If I make enough, then I can stream full time. But if I don't, it's okay. There's no obligation. I'd rather you take care of yourself first, because I can just program. Chat, I can type words on my keyboard and make money. It's not real, you know what I mean? It's like a typing game. It's like a typing game. My life right now is like a typing game. It's exactly like Mavis Beacon teaches typing, except you get $5 every single time you press something. It's pretty good. That's funny because you're cool and a homie in it. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you're a homie too, Mr. Kanungus Among Us. Kanungus Among Us. I'm never gonna drop that. I will never drop that nickname, by the way. You wonder if one gives $5 $1 subs. Would the Valorant subs also be $1 or stand at 5? Thonk Corpora. I need a thonk emote. How do I not have a thonk emote? Speaking of Mavis Beacon, what's my name now? It's Licorice. It's Licorice. I just don't like saying it because it feels awkward. Wait, we do have a thonk. It's a capital T. Wait, we do have a corporate. It's a capital C. Came at the time. Okay, we don't have a corporate. Now we have a corporate. Can you call me Licky for short? Okay, sure. Might as well. It's too late. Everyone's called me the same thing. It's over. My chat doesn't respect me. Don't worry, you won't subscribe. That's the spirit. But yeah, just be careful about that thing. Just give the money to someone smaller, you know? My life is made. I'm very happy in life. I have a wife. I have you, chat. You know, having you in chat, it is fun, right? I have a wife. My life is good, you know what I mean? Hard times are hard sometimes, right? But it's emotionally hard. It's mentally hard. It's not monetarily hard. I'm not hurting for money. I'm hurting emotionally and mentally from other things, but I'm happy otherwise. Life is good. So spend your money elsewhere. Yeah, spend it on yourself. You want a sandwich? You want to go? Do you want to go to? You want to go to a mall food court? Go to a store, order a sandwich, and then they give you a gas station sandwich, just like in the coin game. Go for it. Cause you deserve every little bit of gas station sandwich that you get.